Mega morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm, of course, your host, Mega Mike, the Movie Man. We are here to talk some amazing movie news stories today. So, how this show is going to work, I'm going to cover three major movie news stories. We're going to go over some really hot topics on this one, and it's a good mixture of genres today. So, first up, we're going to talk some Terrifier 3 information. Then, we're going to talk about Tom Cruise versus Christopher Nolan. And then, of course, we got to talk them Deadpool 3 casting rumors. So, a really fun mixture here today. But first, before we get into the news stories, I want to know what's going on with you all out there. Let me know. Is it morning for you all? Are you having breakfast right now? Or is it lunchtime for you? What are you having for lunch? Or for some people, maybe across in the UK, you might be having dinner already. What are you having for dinner? So go ahead and shout out what you're doing out there right now as you watch this morning show for me. So let's go ahead and check into the audience here. And of course, as always, there will be an Ask Anything section at the end after our news stories. And that's where you can ask anything, of course. But yeah, let's check into the audience, see how we all are doing out there. So we got Adrian James in the chat saying, "Hello there, Mike. How are you doing today?" Well, thank you for asking, Adrian. I'm doing great today. I got up extra early. I went on a nice walk, listened to some YouTube podcasts and, just having fun with that. Listen to some movie news, great things like that. Got my coffee ready, got my coffee so I can wake up the day. Hope everybody got a nice caffeinated drink over there as well. But yeah, it's been great. So yeah, thank you so much for asking again, Adrian. And let me know what you're doing out there. We got my mom in the chat. Hello, mom, saying good morning to everyone. Welcome, welcome. And then we got Cinema Man with an awesome logo, by the way. Got to shout that out, but saying good morning, y'all. And you got the cowboy emoji there. Love seeing that. Very fun. We got Craig in the chat saying, "Hi, Mike." Hello, Craig. How are you doing out there? Cinema Man said, "So are you pumped for the new Mortal Kombat 2? I think Carl Urban will do a good job playing Hollywood Johnny Cage as long as they don't try making it kid friendly. Keep the tone as the first one." I'm afraid for the movie. I will definitely watch it. Of course, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. I didn't love the first one though. I like the action and the effects and the fighting. Like there was a lot of that stuff there, but I think it lacked on the story with the writing and the direction. Hopefully they've improved that for this second time go around. I do like Carl Urban. I don't know if he's the best Johnny Cage casting. He shouts more Kano to me, but we'll see how he plays out. He's a good, talented actor, and the rest of the casting seems to be pretty decent. So we'll see how it goes. But once again, it's going to come down to that script. We got Darvin in the chat. Hello, Darvin. How are you doing out there? Let's see. You totally don't know how to pronounce that name, but welcome to the channel, movie friend. Hi, good morning. We got Craig saying 9:01 a.m. Los Angeles. Haven't thought that far ahead. Did my walk? See, you got your walk in too. My walk in. Yeah, I'm trying to get more walks in. I'm trying to, summertime, get those walks in, stay healthy. So I feel you on that one. But yeah, early morning for us Cali people out here. We got Emlo saying afternoon here in my area in the Midwest. I'm munching on pecans. Yeah, pecans are really yummy. Like a pecan pie is really good. Those are delicious. But yeah, absolutely. Pecans are great. We got Hisham in the chat saying hello. Namaste. Sorry, guys, I'm terrible at pronouncing words, but welcome, Hisham. Thank you for always being here. We got Dementia Scott saying, "Hey Mike, what's up? I'm enjoying my Sunday morning. Currently playing Dino Crisis on PlayStation." Ooh, the first PlayStation? That's awesome. I've never even heard of Dino Crisis, so that's awesome. Great recommendation for people out there. Let's see, we got Darwin saying, "I'm doing well. How about you?" I'm doing good. Hisham saying, "Why you collection steelbook? Why do I collect steelbooks? I just love the art design on some of them, but I only try to get steelbooks for movies that I know I'm gonna watch multiple times to really justify the price, or that's at a really good deal. So like some of those Lionsgate steelbooks, they'll get me just because they're really reasonably priced, even almost as much as the regular 4Ks. So yeah, but I don't get every steelbook, definitely. Just ones I feel like I'm gonna get the value out of. But yeah, some steelbooks look great. Absolutely. Like that Crank steelbook that came out from Lionsgate this past month. Ooh, that was gorgeous and reasonably priced. I mean, I couldn't resist it. You know. All right. And then Hisham saying it's a local language from India. That's awesome. Yeah, great. Absolutely. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm terrible at pronouncing certain words and yeah, just that is not my strong suit, but I try to do my best. But yeah, of course, thank you for being here. And yeah, let's get right into these stories, of course. And once again, you guys can keep communicating with each other in the chat. That's what the community is all about here. And as I go through the news stories as well, definitely go ahead and shout out things about the news stories yourself, what your thoughts on it, if you have any follow up questions, anything like that. And of course, always let me know if my video looks good, if my mic is sounding good, or if I need to adjust anything on the fly here. Keep me updated on that as well. All right, so let's go to these news stories here. Well, first, before I forget, let me bring up this banner here just to remind everybody to mega smash that like and subscribe. Once again, that like is so important and so easy to do. It just takes you a half a second there, and I greatly appreciate it. And then, of course, number one way to support the channel are through super chats and memberships, as that really does help out the channel, even the smallest amount. And then, of course, I play a fun little thank you video, and we just celebrate, of course. And then there is some new Collectors Club merch out there on the Spreadshirt link on the channel, and I'll probably show that towards the end of the video as well. But yeah, thank you all again for the support, and then just being here as well is absolutely amazing. But yeah, let's get right into this first news story here. Let me bring up the overlay. So we got to talk some Terrifier 3 here. So exclusive France based distribution outfit, The Coven is launching world sales on threequel Terrifier 3 following the breakout box office success of Terrifier 2. Writer director Damien Leone and producer Phil Falcone will return to oversee the continuation of the franchise. Plot is being kept under wraps, but David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and Lauren Laverda Sienna are among casts expected to return. The Coven will serve as executive producer and is already getting interest from buyers. Filming is expected to get underway in November or December of this year for release in late 2024. The threequel is understood to be getting a budget in the low mid seven-digit range, a significant increase on that of the sequel. Leon added Terrifier 3 will be another boundary-pushing addition to the horror genre, continuing the no-holds barred, uncompromising exploits fans of the franchise have come to expect and celebrate. If you thought Art the Clown's Reign of Terror in Part 2 was extreme, you haven't seen anything yet. Woo! Those are definitely big words from Leon. I'll just kind of share my summary of my Terrifier experience. So, I saw the first Terrifier right before Terrifier 2 because I know I wanted to see Terrifier 2 in theaters. I heard the buzz about it, people were loving it. So I'm like, let me check out this franchise. So I watched the first Terrifier just at home, nothing fancy. And I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. You could tell it was definitely very low budget, kind of more B-level horror movie. So I didn't like love it or anything, but thought it was fine. But Terrifier 2, I thought they took it up a whole nother level. When I saw that in theaters, I'm like, oh my goodness, this doesn't really feel that low budget of a movie. I mean, I think they made it for what, either a hundred, a couple $100,000, and it doesn't feel that way at all. It feels like it was made for, at least a few million out there. So what they were able to put together with that Terrifier 2 just really flesh out the story and the characters, and I really liked the final girl in the movie. She was so good. So I'm glad they're bringing her back apparently for the third one. But I mean, Art the Clown was so terrifying, and that's a movie I haven't picked up the physical media copy yet because oh my goodness, I don't know if I can watch it again. Like I really liked my one-time watch, but I was that person in the theater gagging when we got to that bedroom scene. I'm like, this is a little too much for me right here. So at least I didn't throw up, so that was good. But yeah, it was definitely almost getting me there. So Leon is saying we haven't seen nothing yet, nothing yet. I mean, what is Terrifier 3 gonna be like? Oh my goodness, I don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, you got to come in prepared to that one, I guess, on an empty stomach. But yeah, I'm still gonna check out Terrifier 3 in theaters. Once again, don't know if I'll get any physical copies. Maybe if they do a collection pack later on with the whole trilogy, um, at like a good discount, maybe I'll get it at that point just to have them. But yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised with Terrifier 2. All around a much better movie than the first one. I would say it's probably a little too long, right? It got like 2 hours, 40 minutes. You could have probably shaved off 40 minutes easily there. But overall, great. Great performances. The music was great in there. All the scenes, the practical effects were gorgeous. I'm like, how did they do that? Once again, on such a low budget, too. I mean, woo. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do with some more money now. I mean, Terrifier 3 unleashed right with all this money. I mean, oh my goodness. But yeah, let's check into these comments. I'm sure you guys might be my horror fans out there, might be Terrifier fans. What's your experience with Terrifier? You excited for Terrifier 3? You excited it's getting a bigger budget? Were you gagging at Terrifier 2 like me? Or were you like, this is nothing? I watch these kind of horror, graphic, gory movies all the time. Like, and I'm a big horror fan. I mean, not as big of a fan as maybe some of you out there, but that's like my second favorite genre. I go superhero movies and I go horror. And that one got intense for me. I will say that, like, once again, that bedroom scene, that was the one I was like, ooh, okay. And it kept going on. All right, let's check into the comments here. All right. And oh, we got to shout this out. We got a super chat here this morning. We got Craig with the 199 super chat. Thank you so much, Craig. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, let's throw up a thank you video. Let's see what we got in the videos here today. There you go. That's my magic trick for you, Craig. But thank you so much again for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see if we can get those super chats rolling, everybody out there. And yeah, we'll just have fun with that. And I got some other fun little some super thank you videos in here too. But yeah, thank you so much again, Craig. Greatly appreciate it. But let's go back to the comments here because I know you guys are definitely talking a lot in these comments today. Let's see, we got yes, right here. So Spider-Man gave me the animated series vibes. Are you talking about the new Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse? I just did recently see that. That was very entertaining, but we'll save that for the Ask Anything section. Let's see, Hisham saying the Terrifier. Let's see. Hisham says, I've never seen the Terrifier. I only know it Pennywise. Yeah, I mean, they both involve horror clowns, so that's kind of the connection, I guess you could say, between them. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I've always kind of liked that horror clown genre, and I'm not too afraid of clowns actually. I know some people are like terrified of clowns. I've always kind of liked clowns. I always thought they're kind of funny. I mean, with all the makeup and the over the top things. So I've never been too afraid of them. But Terrifier. Now, Art the Clown, I think that's the one that's gotten me the most scared. Like I said, that Terrifier 2, like when he's just messing around, with the final girl, and they're like putting on the glasses in the store, and they're like googly eye glass. You're like, what is it? He's just like antagonizing this character, not even like going after her yet, but just like, I guess, what, I don't know, like teasing the horror elements, the happen later. I don't know. That was so creepy, but yeah, it was effective. Definitely very horrific. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to each other. We got Victor saying, I love Terrifier movies. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always great to see Terrifier fans out there. Like I said, I thought the first one was okay. Once again, you could really feel the budget, but Terrifier 2, they took it up to a whole new level. So I'm becoming more of a fan. Absolutely. I still need to go back and to see where Art the Clown first appeared. Wasn't it that like anthology movie? What was it? All Hallows Eve, something like that. You guys let me know in the comments. It was something like that where Art the Clown first appeared. That I still haven't seen. Is that worth checking out? Is that worth checking out if I, enjoy Terrifier 2? Should I see that one? Or is it like very like low budget where it's a little bit tougher of a watch? You all let me know. Craig saying, nice, you're welcome. Yes, thank you so much. Craig saying, saw Fast and Furious 10, very entertaining action movie. Yeah, I thought it was really fun. And Jason Momoa's performance, oh my gosh, it was great. He was so eccentric, over the top, which sometimes can go wrong and it just won't work. I thought he pulled it off. He committed to it right? Kind of a very like jokery performance, but I thought it worked. Made him a really unique villain for the Fast and Furious franchise. So that was my favorite part. And once again, just bonkers, over the top action. So if you go into that movie just looking for a fun popcorn movie, you don't think about the laws of gravity or physics, and you're just going to be wildly entertaining. I thought I pulled it off, so I had a good time with it. But I knew what I was getting into. All right, so there we go. Those are all the Terrifier comments, and so let's go into this next news story here. Once again, keep the comments arriving here, and this one's a fun one, right? So once again, we just covered the Terrifier 3 info. We're now going to get into our next story here, which is going to be Tom Cruise versus Christopher Nolan. So let's bring up this story right here because this was kind of a funny one, right? I mean, it sounds almost a little bit more dramatic than what it is, but there's some good details to discuss here. All right, so a new report suggests Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 star Tom Cruise is angry that Oppenheimer and Barbie are taking screens away from his film. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 will be the beginning of the end of Cruise's Ethan Hunt, whose last mission begins on July 12th, 2023. However, just 1 week later, on July 21st, the highly anticipated Oppenheimer and Barbie films will be released in theaters. Now, a report from Puck claims Cruise is angry that the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 release will lose key IMAX screens fairly quickly, most of them to Oppenheimer. While Cruise's blockbuster will play in IMAX during its first week of release, Oppenheimer will be playing on all IMAX screens in the US for its first 3 weeks of release as part of an exclusive deal. The new Mission Impossible film will also have to struggle against Barbie, which opens on the same day as Oppenheimer. The report goes to highlight just how many high profile films are expected to come out during the summer. According to the article, a major film release is expected to be in theaters almost every week through mid August, starting with Fast X released 2 weeks ago. Aside from Oppenheimer and Barbie, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 will also have to compete with Haunted Mansion, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Meg 2, The Trench, and Gran Turismo, all of which come out 1 month of the newest Mission Impossible film. So, I mean, kind of understandable for Tom Cruise to be a little upset. I know everybody's pointing out it says he's angry in there. I don't know how exaggerated that is just for the headlines of it all. But I mean, he worked hard on this movie. I get it, right? He's only going to get the IMAX screens for 1 week. But I kind of put that on the studio in terms of choosing the release date. Like, you're going up against Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan, which to me, Oppenheimer is going to be a must see to see in IMAX because it's filmed with IMAX cameras. That was really Christopher Nolan's vision. That's why he has that 3 week deal with Oppenheimer. To me, if you're going to see Oppenheimer, the only point to see it is if it's on an IMAX screen. Like if you told me, hey, you're going to see Oppenheimer, but you don't get IMAX, you get a little, cheap little theater screen over there. I'm like, no, I'm going to pass on it. Okay. But with the IMAX cameras, I'm really excited for it. And they've been mentioning like with how it's filmed and the reels they have to have, it's like weighing a lot, and you need like 11 reels the reels I think end up being like 11 miles long or something like that. I'm like, wow, this is a massive movie here. But also, it's due to how it's filmed, right? IMAX is filmed in a certain way. So to me, Oppenheimer is an IMAX must. So I get it. And I get the 3 week deal there. Yeah, it's just bad timing placement for Mission Impossible. That's all it is. So yeah, I kind of want to see Mission Impossible on IMAX as well. But that one I feel a little bit more comfortable if you're like, oh, you can't get IMAX, but you can get this other premium screen like a Dolby or an RPX screen or like a Screen X or even something like that where it's still good screen quality, but you still get the nice speakers. I'm like, okay, I'll do Mission Impossible that way. To me, once again, Oppenheimer, you need the IMAX. It's just, what I would have maybe done? I would have done, let's have Mission Impossible come out a week earlier for that July 4th weekend, and then we could get it a couple weeks, right? Because Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, July 14th, why not come out a week earlier? I know Indiana Jones comes out at the end of June, but I think I would have rather compete with that with the IMAX screenings over Oppenheimer with the IMAX screenings. I mean, you guys let me know. Is my train of thought sound there? How could we get Cruise more weeks? I mean, what else are you going to do? Are you going to do a re-release of Mission Impossible later? Possibility, But I mean, how long is Mission Impossible going to stay in theaters? I mean, Top Gun Maverick stayed a really long time, but is this going to be as popular as Top Gun Maverick? Once again, we just ran through so many popular movies coming out in summertime. Even just that weekend alone, right? Like you had the following weekend, Oppenheimer and Barbie, right? Next weekend coming up, we got The Flash and the Pixar movie Elemental. So a lot of these weekends even have like two movies, two pretty big movies stacked back to back. Not alone, maybe a third or fourth smaller movie thrown in there. So this summer is jam packed for movie watching. So really, it's tough to kind of make your movie placement. I don't know. Should we not have it come out in summer? I don't know. Maybe like a month or so ago. I don't know. It's tough. What do y'all think? Let's look at these comments. Yeah, let's look at these comments. Yeah, who's a Tom Cruise fan? Who's a Christopher Nolan fan? That's interesting too. So shout that out. I'm a general fan of both. To me, Christopher Nolan movies are more hit or miss though. Like he's made some of my favorite movies of all time, and then he's made some of my least favorite movies of all time. So I'm hoping Oppenheimer is on my favorite side, right? Um, but yeah, Tom Cruise movies. I'm starting to watch more and more of Tom Cruise movies. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like I already got The Firm and Vanilla Sky pre-ordered for 4K. Haven't seen those yet. Excited for first time watches on that. But once again, I love the Maverick so much, and then I'm gonna binge watch all the Mission Impossible movies. So I'm a fan of both, right? How can we get them to get along on this, right? Let's see. What are your guys' ideas? Let's see. We got um Oh, Hisham just saying next Ronald McDonald's horror movie, right? That could be a horror movie. Yeah, why not, right? Let's see. Let's go to. I know some people are just shouting out kind of movies they are excited for. Hisham saying Tom Cruise shouting at film crew over. Yeah, I know. I remember that came up. But I think his heart was in the right place, at least from what I heard. He was just trying to keep people safe, and maybe he went around communicating it maybe in not the best way. But that was of course a tough time for everybody, and he trying to get everybody safe out there and follow certain procedures. So, but I could see both sides on that one for sure. Let's see. Cinema Man saying, "Yeah, that's Paramount for you. They're as bad as Warner Brothers. Paramount screws us Star Trek fans like Warner Brothers screws us DC fans over." Tom Cruise is right. Mission Impossible 7 needs IMAX longer than a week. Yeah, of course. And I'm thinking, yeah, I would put the blame on Paramount here, but where else do we release it? That's the thing. Do we still keep it in summer, right? Move it a week earlier, but then you shortchange Indiana Jones. So are people more excited for Mission Impossible or Indiana Jones? I'm more excited for Mission Impossible, so I would shortchange Indiana Jones myself. Um, but would we move it out of summer? Is that another option? Like, what do we do with this? Craig saying fan of both. Yep. Let's see. Emlo saying aren't film release dates scheduled? Oh yeah, this scheduled months in advance, and now they hear. And maybe these complaints came out a long time ago, but now they've resurfaced just to do getting closer to these release dates here. So that's a possibility too. But yeah, release dates are decided months and months in advance, and you wonder some of these release date strategies, like they'll sometimes be a month where you don't have too much going on, and then you'll have a month where it's like, okay, everything's jam packed. I'm going to the movie theaters like 3 days in a row every weekend, and then once again there'll be a month where it's like, okay, what do I choose? Not really excited about too much here. So yeah, sometimes these release dates are so weirdly chosen, right? I mean, I don't know. Are the studios not communicating with each other? Do they just not care what the other studios? They're like, I'm going to release it whenever. I don't care. We overlap. It doesn't matter to me. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, Craig is saying kids are getting out of school. Yeah, so the theaters are going to be more packed for sure, which is why summer is often a popular few months to release movies. I get it, right? That's where we came with the summer blockbusters, Jaws being released for summer and all that. So I get that. So there's definitely benefits for a summer release schedule. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like a kind of the holiday release schedule too. Like summer's great, holiday release schedule's great. But other movies have succeeded at other times too. So it does have to do a lot with the movie as well, I think. Hmm. Cinema Man says only thing I like about Paramount, they put out nice steelbooks. They have been putting out some good steelbooks. They've been trying to follow that Lionsgate style. So yeah, they've been doing a good job. Physical media for sure. All right, I think those all are Tom Cruise and a Nolan comments. I think so. All right, well, let's get into then our third story here. I know you guys are gonna have a lot to say on this one. So let's get into these Deadpool 3 casting rumors here. Let's bring up this news story. According to Insider, Can We Get Toast? Halle Berry's Storm, Jansen's Jean Grey, and James Marsden's Cyclops will be appearing in the upcoming Deadpool sequel. Not only that, but the movie will also apparently feature a returning X-Men villain and a returning MCU villain, though they didn't reveal the identities of the two antagonists. The film was written by Reese, Paul Zub, from a previous draft by Wendy and Lizzie. Following his stellar performance in 2017's Logan, Hugh Jackson is finally coming out of superhero retirement to reprise his iconic role as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. In addition, the movie will also welcome the addition of Marvel newcomers Emma and Matthew. So, yeah, some Deadpool 3 casting rumors. People are thinking, well, and this is from what was the article's name again? Let's look at the source. It says, "Can we get toast?" So it's not the most credible source out there. I'm going to be straight up about that. So this could be literally just throwing pasta at the wall, seeing if it sticks and comes true. So it could be true, it could not be true. Once again, that's why I list it in the rumor area of the news. But that would be kind of cool to see these returning characters, and it makes sense. You're bringing back Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. We all know that. Why not bring back the other, I guess, original X Men movie characters? Why not do that? So Halle Berry's Storm, right? I want to see that again. Marsden's Cyclops. I want to see that again, right? Jean Grey. I want to see that again. So that's awesome to get these characters returning. Actually, I would like to see other characters too. You bring Nightcrawler back. Ooh. Oh gosh. I want Nightcrawler back. Nightcrawler, my favorite X-Men character, of course. He was so good in X-Men 2. And then he just disappeared after that. He didn't even come back for X-Men 3, right? That was so weird. I don't know why they did that. I thought it was great in X2. But yeah, I mean X-Men 1, X-Men 2, some of the best superhero movies of all time still, right? Don't you guys love X-Men 1 and 2? So they're trying to, I guess, play on that nostalgia feeling, bring back those returning characters, I guess, like that legacy sequel kind of treatment. And I think that works for Deadpool 3. I absolutely do. And I've loved these Deadpool movies so far. Deadpool 1 and 2 have been great. Ryan Reynolds, perfect Deadpool casting. So I'm still super excited for Deadpool 3. The only thing that gets me a little hesitant is the writer's strike going on. And I think they're already filming this, right? They're not going to be able to I guess, write stuff on the fly or I guess improv, right? You can't do that during this writer's strike, I'm guessing. You all let me know if I'm incorrect on that. So hopefully the story is already, set and it's pretty good as it is. But yeah, this is awesome. If these rumors come true, I'm going to be very happy. They're going to show it in the trailer, of course, because those are going to be big selling points. You're not going to hide that. They're not going to be surprises in the movies. You're going to show it. Now, in terms of villains returning, well, who would return? I mean, you got to have Magneto, right? Wouldn't Magneto be the perfect choice? Ian McKellen's Magneto. Why not? Who else would return? What's his name? That plays Stryker in X2. That could be another option. He's on Succession, right? Why am I forgetting the name? Is it Brian Cox? I don't know. You guys let me know that are Succession fans out there. But Stryker would be great as well, right? Awesome villains. Or but you know what? We need Mystique back. We do need Mystique back. So I don't know what two villains. They'll probably go Magneto, Mystique. I'm guessing, but you could do so much, right? They could bring Juggernaut back. No, I don't think they'll bring back anybody from X-Men 3, but I thought Juggernaut was pretty entertaining, at least myself. There's some good elements in that one. I mean, it didn't come together in the best way, but there's okay elements there. But yeah, what do you guys think of this Deadpool 3 casting rumors? Are you excited to see these characters return out there? What other X-Men characters would you want to see? And just your general excitement level for Deadpool 3. You guys hyped for Deadpool 3? Did you love Deadpool 1 and 2 just as much as I did? I thought they were great, very entertaining. I love the meta humor. It just works perfect for Deadpool for some reason. I mean, he did it in the comics, so it makes sense. But I love the fourth wall breaking. All right, let's look at these comments here. Let's see. We got Craig is saying if your movie is good, it will succeed. Yeah, that's a very important factor. I mean, even if well, and I wouldn't say it's the only factor, but it's definitely a big determining factor. Because I will say there has been good movies out there that haven't succeeded, so it doesn't always guarantee it. Like The Woman King, I thought was a great movie, one of my favorite movies of last year. Did not do so well at the box office. Babylon, I thought was a really good movie in my top 5 of last year, didn't do so good at the box office. So I thought those were really good movies, but I don't know, they didn't find their audience. So I don't know if it was with the marketing, people just, I don't know, weren't enticed by them. It's just the movie market has changed so much with the movies people are willing to see. It feels like people are going out to the theaters for the big blockbustery, really action packed, bigger than life kind of movies. Whereas other stuff, I feel like they're waiting for streaming, right? You're like, maybe I can wait on that comedy, wait for the streaming of that one or that drama. Do I need a big screen for that? Do I need to see this new drama on a premium screen? Nah, maybe I can wait for streaming on that one. I think that has a lot to do with it as well. I think streaming plays a major factor too. But Emlo saying, Craig, I agree with you. See, well, there you go, right? I mean, Maverick was great and it did great. So sometimes it lines out perfectly. Let's see, Hisham, Deadpool 3, the next multiverse of madness. There might be multiverse in there. Well, who knows? I mean, it seems like everything's doing multiverse these days, especially in the superhero movies. I mean, even outside the superhero movies, right? We're getting other multiverse stuff. I still think Everything Everywhere All at Once um, is one of the best multiverse things out there, and that wasn't even a superhero movie. So let's see. Pop Culture 33 is saying you can improve, but you can't have rewrites. So it get wonky if you do a improved take and want to reshoot. Then does it count as a rewrite? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If you change something, right, that's like if you go against the script and you say lines that are not in the script, right, you're improving something. Well, aren't you changing the script at that point? Does that count as a change in the script? Then does that count as rewriting, right? Writing? Does that, right? So that would go against it. Do you really have to stick extremely close just to that original script now? Why the writer's strike is going on? These are questions I would love more information on out there. So you guys that are involved in the Hollywood industry, let me know. Let me know some more details on that. So that's the only thing that does get me worried because Ryan Reynolds is really good at improv. Some actors are just great at improv. So I wonder if that will hurt it at all. But maybe the script was so good at the beginning, maybe we won't even notice a difference there. So that's another possibility too. But yeah, it's interesting, right? Once again, with this writer strike going on, that's why I'm kind of worried with movies and shows, especially shows too. Ooh, over the next couple years, like the quality, I feel like is gonna go. Ooh, it's gonna decrease quite a bit. Unfortunately, now I feel like for some movie projects, they probably already have some scripts done that are pretty solid, so they might be able to last a little while. But eventually, they're gonna run out, and then there's gonna be that time gap where yeah, maybe it's not gonna turn out so good. Yeah, I just go back to that, that famous, 007 James Bond story with Quantum of Solace, where Daniel Craig and, the director, rewriting on screen. But now I'm even hearing now you guys correct me if I'm wrong on this, I feel like I've heard that even the director and actors can't rewrite anymore, right? Because that would count as writing. Is that true? Could an actor still do rewrites? Does that count? I don't know. You guys let me know on that if an actor or director or other people involved could technically do the rewrites that aren't the official writers, or would that still go against it? That'd be good information too. But yeah, then once again, you're really stuck with the story you got at that point if that's the case. No one can rewrite. So, once again, Hollywood, pay these writers. Let's get this show on the road. Pay them what they're deserved. You know they deserve so much more. Pay them, get everything, solved in terms of residuals, the AI issues. Because I think AI stuff is really going to have major impacts going forward and everything in our lives. And I feel like some people are talking about it, but not as much as I would think. I'm like, hey, all, like, AI is going to be the next major innovation thing that impacts all of our lives, right? Before it was, computers with the internet and having smartphones, that really had a major impact. I think AI is this next technology innovation where it's going to shake so many things up, and we got to be prepared for it. So I like the writers including the AI issues into the negotiations. I think that's important. I think that was a smart idea. Yeah, just to kind of be a little ahead of that, right? Be prepared. Let's see. Hisham saying, "Are you agree Deadpool 2016 is the first superhero rated R movie?" No, The Punisher came out before that. Punisher was rated R. There's been tons of rated R superhero movies. I love The Punisher, by the way. No, there's been tons of rated R superhero movies. Now, are you saying it's the first MCU R movie? Well, then, but did we count it in the MCU at that point? So, I mean, if you're saying it's the first MCU R-rated movie, maybe if it counts at that point, but I don't even know if we were counting it in the MCU at that point, being under Fox still. I guess now we would count it under MCU. So, who knows? But no, there was tons of R-rated superhero movies before that. Blade, right? Blade was R-rated, I think. So yeah. Craig saying, like to see Quicksilver. I'm trying to think. Wait, was Quicksilver in the original X-Men movies? I mean, he was in the MCU stuff, but was he? I'm trying to remember. He wasn't in X-Men 1, right? He wasn't in X-Men 2. He wasn't in X-Men 3. Are you talking about the Fox movies that came after than the original X-Men movies, like the Days of Future Past stuff? Um, yeah, yeah, that was a good Quicksilver. I like the slow down moments. So, are we gonna bring in that generation of X-Men characters too? Possibility. I wonder if they would do that. I feel like that would kind of clutter the movie too much. We don't want to get too much characters in there. I feel like that could be in like an Avengers level style movie, like in a Secret Wars, something like that, where we're really jam packing it together. But I feel like that'd be a little too much. And if we're already getting back a lot of the original X Men characters, do we need them too? It could work. I'm just saying, just throwing out thoughts out there. Cinnamon Man says, I would love to see a Mad Max Fury Road sequel. Um, yeah, maybe. hmm Hisham saying, I know all X Men characters, but when I was 15 in 2009, I don't know anything about Deadpool or comic book. I only Deadpool and X Men. Oh, yeah, X Men Origins of Wolverine, right? Are they going to bring that Deadpool back? I loved how they made that joke, though, in a post credit scene of what that was Deadpool 2, right? That was pretty funny. But yeah, imagine they bring that kind of Deadpool back in. Oh my gosh, that was woo. Yeah, I was not a fan of X-Men Origins. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of those side Wolverine movies. Like even what was it called, like the Wolverine or something like that. I mean, Logan was fine. I know some people love Logan. I thought it was fine. Western genre superhero mixture of a movie. So every time I watch it, I like it a little bit more. But the X-Men Origins and then the Wolverine, I'm like, I never felt the need to go back and rewatch those. So, let's see. Hisham is saying, is it true Channing Tatum joined Deadpool 3 as Gambit? Now, Channing Tatum rumors have been going back for years now about having a Gambit movie and like having a solo Gambit movie even, but I think that got scrapped. So if he shows up in Deadpool 3 as Gambit, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's great casting choice. Gambit's one of my favorite X-Men characters. I like it was Nightcrawler then Gambit for me. And so I definitely want to see Gambit. He was awesome in the animated series, great character. And yeah, we need Gambit. We need to get more Gambit. I do think that would be pretty cool if that happens, but we'll see. Once again, these are all just rumors anyway. Maybe they all end up being true, maybe none of them, maybe half of them. Once again, this is just throwing stuff at the wall. So no spoilers here, anyone. This is just once again rumors. We don't know yet if any of this stuff will happen. Let's see. Um, Low says would love a good drama romantic film. I feel like there's been some good dramas and romance films in the last couple years. I'm trying to think though. They're not popping to my mind. Um, but I know I've been seeing them. But they're kind of the more lower budget, smaller movies. And some of the romance ones almost feel like just like Hallmark movies almost. So I'm like, yeah, do you really need to see it in theater? Probably not, but maybe stream. Let's see. Um, Here's Jim saying, "Do you have any theory about Fantastic Four and Deadpool 3? Like, would they tease Fantastic Four? I don't think like they're gonna have a big part. Maybe they're in a teaser of a post credits where they announce the casting. Well, actually, like show the casting of the Fantastic Four. Possibility. I don't know. I don't know if a Deadpool movie would do that though, because Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool wants to do certain things, and usually they're more comedic post-credit scenes. So could they do something funny with Fantastic Four? Maybe. I would lean towards right now, no, but I also wouldn't be shocked if it happened. Mhm. All right, and then now, everybody, we are into the ask anything section. So yeah, this is the section where to ask anything. I know some people were mentioning some Mad Max comments in there. So now that's the time to do that. You want to talk Mad Max? Whatever you want to talk about, any kind of movies, any movies you're excited for the summer, any movie questions for me, or just anything about life you want to celebrate, you want to share, you want to ask me, all that good stuff. This is the ask anything section. I want to see some good comments here. So hopefully we can push towards an hour show. I always try to keep these about an hour long. But as you guys are filling up those comments, once again, fill up those comments, right? Let's talk about what's coming up on the channel here. I always like to do that. And I did say I was going to mention some collectors club stuff, so I will get to that too. But first coming up, of course, well, just today, I did post already my Amazon deals video. I always post that Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Some really good deals out there on some movies. Like some I wasn't even expecting that were discounted pretty heavily. So definitely check out that if you haven't already. Short video and save yourself some money if you're collecting there. And then, of course, we'll have after that. Ooh, I got a fun Monday video that once again it turned into a rant. I don't know. Oftentimes they turn into a rant. I don't plan it that way, but it ended up happening again. So it's a fun one for Monday. I'm really happy with that one. I put in a lot of graphics and those visuals in there. So definitely hope people enjoy that one. And then Tuesday, I think that's am I dropping my collection haul video on that day for May? I think that might be the day there. Oh, we got a surprise guest, everybody. I was just mentioning Collectors Club. You guys know him. You love him. How we doing out there, Hollywood Huck?
What's going on, Hollywood Mike? Doing good, man. Hey.
I'm not no Hollywood. I'm like in the valley. I'm like agriculture farmer Mike or something.
Yeah, you are big and strapping like a farmer, right? Yeah, all Russian.
Well,
Yeah, good
thanks
morning. Yeah, I've been watching
by,
the
man.
show, man. Sneak in, say hey to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And while you're here, might as well just run through your kind of quick thoughts on these stories, if you don't mind. Uh, Terrifier 3 stuff. Are you a Terrifier fan? Have you seen these
Nope,
movies yet?
not a one. I mean, he's a very interesting clown, right? It's funny because when you and I were at WonderCon, there was a Terrifier guy, like I don't know if you saw him, but he looked really good. And he was passing out cards. I guess he like hires out his look, his impersonation to parties. So yeah, that was card. But
Yeah, that Terrifier 2 one. Always proceed with caution on those movies,
I
I will
know.
say. Not for everyone. Definitely not for everyone. Don't
Yeah.
bring the family to that one.
Okay.
All right. Well, I know you're a Cruise fan.
Heck yeah.
So, what do you think about this Tom Cruise news? Tom Cruise being angry he's not getting these IMAX screenings for more than a week.
I was probably finishing breakfast on that one.
Oh,
We'll
for
back
Mission
you up on that one.
Impossible. So the story here is Mission Impossible comes out July 14th, and he's only getting the IMAX screens for 1 week. And then after that, Oppenheimer and Barbie take over, and Nolan has a deal where he gets IMAX screens for 3 weeks for
Oh man.
Oppenheimer. So Cruise is a little upset. He's only getting 1 week. He's getting a little short changed here, while Nolan seems to be getting all this IMAX love. So do you feel that Cruise should be upset with this? Or I kind of put it on the studios that they just placed this bad timing. Why put those back to back?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is it all depends on what the deal was ahead of time. Like because Cruise obviously deserves that screen for as long as possible. Because I mean, look, in my opinion, Tom Cruise has more longevity in this business than Chris. Chris came much later than Tom Cruise, right, into this industry. So Tom's been at it. He's never faded away and had a comeback. You know what I mean? Tom is just always, he maybe had like a little lull hill in here and there until he got the Mission Impossible to reinvigorate himself. But yeah, I mean, if Cruise's movie comes out, Nolan's is out the next week, it is tough to then put Cruise's back in there the week after, because it's like, well, but it's already out.
Yeah, I'm like, what do they do? Do they do a re-release of Mission Impossible a month later? I don't
Mm,
know.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. And
Poor
then
guy.
we had some Deadpool 3 casting rumors, maybe bringing back some of the original X-Men. Are you a big fan of those original X-Men movies? I know X-Men 1 and 2 I love, so
Yeah, the
I'm
ones with Hugh
excited to see
Jackman
that.
and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the First Class stuff. Those were okay, but to me,
Yeah.
the classic characters were in the Bryan Singer movies. It's like, like Wolverine and Rogue and Cyclops and Storm, all those characters, those are the ones I really enjoyed from the books. So yeah, if those could come back. And look, we've all seen Halle Berry tease that photo where she's got
Mhm.
the white hair, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, so yeah, I mean, if any of those come in, I would be super. And again, we see like Hollywood having these sort of swan song send offs, like like recently with Star Trek Picard, right? They brought all the characters back and they gave them this great farewell in season 3, right? And
Mm.
so like here would be Deadpool. It's kind of a way to bring back all those great originals and give them a little farewell in some way, you know?
Yeah, I would love to see that. I think it's perfect too. Deadpool 3, you already got Hugh Jackman in there. It's the
Yeah,
perfect timing. Bring back the whole cast.
Holly
I want to see
Stone's great.
Nightcrawler back. If you brought Nightcrawler back, because they did Nightcrawler so dirty, he wasn't even in X-Men 3. Like,
Yeah,
did he go on vacation? I was so confused.
it didn't make sense, and you're totally right. I heard you talking about Gambit and Nightcrawler and all
Mm.
that. Nightcrawler, that's why for me, X-Men United, the second one,
Oh,
is
so
the best one. Like it took one, which was already great, but made it into a better film in part two. It's called like Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, right? They amped it up in the second one. And so yeah, I would, it would be very cool to see them come back, and put in like a little Gambit and Nightcrawler with those actors. I mean, I don't know
yeah.
if Alan Cummings wants to be getting that makeup again, because I know it's a lot to get in that. But and for the longest time, who didn't want Channing as Gambit? I just want the character to, like, for you, like you, the cartoon with
Mm,
Gambit
so
and
good.
Rogue. I love, like, Gambit was always my favorite X-Men in that cartoon. So
Yeah, they did Rogue dirty too in those movies. She never flew in the movies or nothing. I'm like, what's going on here?
they did Rogue dirty and they did Cyclops dirty because Hugh became so popular. Like I always loved Cyclops in the comics. Like his leadership and his, just I like Scott Summers. And then he just, like, the third movie, let's just, hey, Singer's gonna go use him on Superman Returns. Let's just kill him off. I'm like, no, don't
Oh
just kill
gosh.
off Cyclops. Like
Uh,
that's stupid. So
I
he would
know.
get a good send off. So I don't know how you can bring him back, because he is gone, but it is comic books and sci-fi, and they can do anything they want.
Yeah, and Cyclops was always a leader of the X-Men, and how they
Yeah.
treated him, he was like, "Oh, let's just put him to the side."
No, man. And you already had the love triangle there. So
All right, let's check into these comments. And once again, if anybody has any
yeah,
comments for Huck out there, shout them out,
what's
and then
going
we'll
on?
kind of tease everything coming up here. Let's see. Let's look at this. Yeah, Hisham. Yeah, we were just talking about a Gambit there. Let's see. Hisham saying, I actually love Frankenpool in X-Men
Cool.
Origins Wolverine. I didn't know. Who's Frankenpool? Deadpool, you mean, I'm guessing? Oh, you like
Oh, with
Deadpool.
with
Deadpool.
the stitched up mouth
That
and everything?
was so creepy. I'm like, I don't know if I love that one.
I don't, yeah.
uh Emlo saying Hulk, awesome. I think Huck,
Is
but
that Huck? Huck smash.
Craig saying hello to Huck.
It's going great.
Cinema Man, the Huckster in the house. Good day, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Craig saying Nolan outsmarted Cruz. Well, he got it in the deal. If that was the
I
deal,
guess
3
so.
weeks.
I
I
mean, look,
mean,
deals are deals, and he wouldn't be upset if the deal wasn't made. He would someone just outbid him or something. I don't know.
Craig saying Alan Cummings, Nightcrawler did Good Wife series. I haven't seen that yet.
He was so good as Nightcrawler, man.
Cinema Man saying, Huck, did you get any gems this morning at the swap meet?
Yeah, no swap today, buddy. Yeah, I went last week. This week or today, we're going to a play. We're going to go see Six. Do you guys know about that Broadway play Six?
No.
So we're going to go see that. So I had to. There's a lot to kind of get done before we go see Six. So yeah, no swap today. And last week it was such a tiny little score, like 3 movies, and I was even like scrambling to get those. So I can sort of sense when there's just not a lot of product, So yeah, pass today.
All right. Well, those are all the comments. So just kind of going back to what we have going on here. I'll kind of run down my channel, and then Huck, I'll give you the floor to kind of run down anything coming up as well. Because we do have some streams coming up together.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about your stream this morning. I was watching your previous video. I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
okay, all right,
yeah.
I'm ready for it. But yeah, for my channel, so we had the Amazon deal video this morning. Then Monday, gonna have my rant video on a really fun topic. Gonna have my haul video for the entire May movie month, showing off some collectibles there too. So that's gonna be great. And then, yeah, just breaking down some movie numbers, all that fun stuff over the week. And then we have, no, this isn't the weekend for Flash. I don't know what's coming out this weekend, but whatever's coming out this weekend, I'll definitely react to.
Yeah.
But, Huck, Wednesday night, you want to tell the people what's happening this Wednesday night?
Shown up. Yeah, so Wednesday night, I am doing a long overdue part 2. And this is something like, after last year at some point, I did a show called, basically it's like the soundtracks that made us, right? And I had a great panel of people on there. It was awesome, guys. Like, I was just rewatching it myself, like you were, Mike, last night, just to refamiliarize myself with the picks I made. And so what we're doing is we're taking soundtracks, but it has to be song soundtracks only. So no scores, so you're not going to see John Williams stuff in there. No musicals, because that's a totally different thing. So these are song soundtracks that you just love, the collection of songs that they put together for this movie that really make it sing. For example, in episode 1 or volume 1, I'm ripping off Guardians a little bit and going volume 1, volume 2. Like one of my picks was Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1. So that's the concept. That's the idea. And Fish wanted to do it with me. So we have Mike's going to be on there. Fish, we got Basement Blues, got Caprice from Draculina Horror, and we have Horror and Morer joining us as well for the first time on my channel. So it is going to be awesome. Yeah. So Nadia from that's going to join us. So yeah, volume 2, Wednesday night, shooting around 7:30 p.m. So our time, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 10:30 on the East Coast. So we're going to,
I'm so excited for it. I know.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think of songs again, and I'm not the most musical person, but I'm like, I remember some stuff. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna have a whole big stack. Hopefully they count. Hopefully they follow the rules. If they don't, just let me know and I'll pull another one.
Yeah, basically the only rule is 50% of the album has to at least have songs on it. Because sometimes some of the people, because they don't want to release a full score, is there'll be 6 or 7 songs and then a few score tracks on there. That's okay. That still makes it eligible because there are a bunch of songs. If you can get one that's just all songs, that's cool. That's a cooler way to go. But we want to open it up a little bit. So if there's something that's got a couple of score tracks on it, that's okay. But it can't be 51% score, 49% songs. Songs have to outweigh the score.
Gotcha. That's good information to have. Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell everybody in our chat.
All right. And then, of course, after that, I do have a live stream Saturday night, which is going to be my Michael Keaton live stream. So celebrating Michael Keaton as an actor. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was looking at his filmography, and he's in a lot of movies. So
yeah.
I definitely have got some more ordered in here in the mail. So I'm going to have a fun time catching up on that. But then we got a big stream on Sunday, Huck, right?
What's
Sunday, the Collectors Club stream.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Collectors Club episode on the channel here. Oh, there you go. See, Collectors Club card. Absolutely. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be superhero themed. So I'm so excited for that theme myself. Huck, are you prepared? Do you have the theme nailed down? You got all your choices yet? Or are you wait up to the last
I
minute here.
there's still one I still haven't, I think, nailed down. But yeah, I got a pretty good handle on that Sunday. So
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be so fun.
And then
And
the
then
weekend after Flash is coming out because that's on Father's Day
yes.
weekend. And the girl's like, "What do you want to do on Father's Day?" I'm like, "Well, we got to go see the Flash." So that's my big thing. One of my big things.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. I already got my tickets ready, and we'll be
Oh,
pre-gaming that week. We'll be pre-gaming for the Flash, so that's gonna be an awesome show Tuesday night for that one. So that's gonna be super fun.
yeah.
And since we were just talking about the Collectors Club, we got to
Yeah.
show off this Collectors Club merch, right, Huck? And you
Let's
had
see
a
it.
hand in designing this stuff too. So look at this
See
Huck's
this. Woo!
design. You want to tell anybody about this amazing design?
It's sexy as hell. Look at that thing. Got the logo across, the names banging at the bottom. And if you guys all notice, take a good look. Every person's font is reminiscent of something they like. So mine is in the Star Trek font, Tim's in the Jurassic Park, Mike is in the Avengers, and Derek is in the Star Wars font. So yeah, so that's the subtlety in each name. And yeah, it comes in 2 different colors, blue and black. And you can get it on anything you want, mugs, t-shirts, hats, whatever's in
Oh,
Mike's store.
yeah, tote bags. I mean, tons of different options out there. So a
Go
lot of fun
for it.
stuff. And
What
then
else?
some designs by Derek here. Look at that. Look at what Derek came up with. Awesome. And I've
Nice.
already seen people get this, right? I think Tiana got one of these. So that's
Nice.
fantastic. And then, of course, the limited edition one for the superhero themed episode. So once again, this limited edition is going to be available for up to the next Collectors Club episode after this following one. So it's truly limited time. But look at it. We got all the different fonts here that Derek came up with to put us in like different superhero themes that we really like. So you can see Tim's Captain America, mine's the Punisher, Huck, that was Batman, right?
That's right.
And then
Let me
Derek, Incredible Hulk right there. Look at that. That's just amazing. So there
know.
you go. All your merch needs available on the channel, of course. And then I think we need to play the banner teaser for the next Collectors Club episode, right? The little video
Oh,
for this.
sounds good.
I think this is the correct video now. So hopefully no one yells at me on this one. If it's wrong,
4
though,
images,
I
Mike. 4
apologize. Yell
images.
away. But it's good to work out these things
Yeah.
before the actual episode.
Oh
So
yeah. Been there, done that.
and there we go. Was that the right one, Huck?
That was fire,
Yay.
y'all. That
Oh,
was good. That's the
so
one.
excited. It's gonna be so fun. So yeah, major episode there. It's gonna be a great time. But once again, thank you, audience, for being here today. I'm gonna link Huck's channel in the description below after this. So give Huck a follow. Make sure you subscribe, and more importantly, watch the video content. Hit those like buttons and just enjoy it. Amazing channel over there. Like I said, I'm super excited for this soundtrack one.
It's gonna be
Uh,
good.
yeah, so excited for this one. But Huck, any last minute thing to say to the audience out there?
Well, Mike's got his morning on Sunday. Join me on my morning on Tuesday. And we always, people are welcome on that too. But, Tuesday morning people work. So it's probably just going to be me. But yeah, stop on by. I'll cover similar things, So, see what it is I've always been on Tuesday and everyone's backdating me. So they beat me to a lot of the topics, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what, we'll still cover some good stuff on that channel. So come on over. And then the next night, join us for the soundtracks that made us. It's going to be great. Volume 2.
All right. So have a great day out there, everybody. Once again, Craig, thank you for the super chat earlier in the episode. That was awesome. But yes, everybody, make it a movie day out there. Go watch some awesome movies and just have a good time. So have a